Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about education. You know, the thing that everyone says is super important? Yeah, that thing. This is your life now, a brick of knowledge that you're supposed to absorb like some kind of educational sponge. They say it's for your future, but all it feels like is a slow march towards caffeine addiction and sleep deprivation. But with that, let's get into, well, why getting an education kind of sucks. You remember when you were a kid and homework was like, draw a picture of your favorite animal. Yeah, well, those days are over now. Now it's solve this quadratic equation while simultaneously losing your will to live. And it's never ending. No matter how much you finish, there's always more. Like some kind of evil academic hydra. You cut off one assignment's head and two more grow back. Alright, next we're going to talk about group projects, aka teamwork torture. Group projects are like being thrown into a reality show where you have to survive with complete strangers. There's always that one person who disappears off the face of the earth until the night before it's due, and then they swoop in with, sorry, I had stuff going on, and contribute a single slide. Not only are you first to work in a group, but most of the time you don't even get to pick your groups. I swear, they find the worst people to group you together with, and you're just stuck with it. And oh, and don't get me started on the guy who insists on being the group leader, but has the organizational skills of a wet napkin. Alright, so next we're going to talk about tests. Tests are like a game show where the only prize is panic. You have 60 seconds to recall everything that you've learned within like the past 3 months. Multiple choice, like multiple guesses. The true challenge is figuring out which one is least wrong because none of them seem right. Who needs real life skills when you can just master the art of filling in tiny bubbles? Remember sleep? The thing you used to do before education decided it wasn't essential? Now it's just a distant memory like recess or summer vacation. Coffee beans become your best friend and you start to measure time in naps rather than hours of sleep. But don't worry, teachers will still say make sure you get a good night's sleep before the test. Like, okay, teach, I'll just stop studying and go to bed. Sure. Now, all this time, they will tell you the same thing over and over and over. This will prepare you for the real world. But when is the last time you had to write a 5 paragraph essay in a job interview? Imagine walking into an office and they're like, sure, you're qualified, but can you explain the symbolism in The Great Gatsby? The real world doesn't care how fast you could solve for X. It cares about things like taxes, which, spoiler, no one teaches you how to do. But despite all of this, we still do it. We push through the homework, the group projects, the test, and the lack of sleep. Why? Because somewhere in this mess, we actually do learn something, even if it's just how to procrastinate like a veteran. So, yeah, getting an education kinda sucks. But at the end of the day, it's the one thing that will get us somewhere other than our parents' basements. And let's be real, Netflix can only last us so long. So keep your head up, folks. Grab that overpriced textbook, chug that coffee, and remember someday this will all be over, and you'll be stronger, smarter, sleep deprived version of yourself. Or you'll just end up with very expensive piece of paper. Either way, you did it. Now go back to studying or, you know, binge watching that show you promised you'd stop watching.